All right, sixth graders, let's go through the lesson 1.5 on multiplying and dividing whole numbers. These skills are also going to be on your quiz tomorrow. So on your quiz, you're going to have to estimate by rounding the numbers and then adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing. We did that in the first few lessons. And then yesterday's lesson was on adding and subtracting. And then today's lesson is on multiplying and dividing. And this should all be review for you. I know you started this probably in 4th grade when you started learning about division and multiplication. And so we're going to cover these skills today, and I want you to practice them tonight and then show me that you can do them tomorrow. Okay? So let's look at some examples. A multiplying example. When you're multiplying two numbers, you have to multiply every digit by every other digit. So we have to start with the ones digit in the second number and multiply the ones by every other digit, and then the tens by every digit. Okay? So let's start with this. And it's very important on both of these types of problems to make sure that our columns stay lined up. Okay? So 7 times 5 is 35. We put the 5 ones under the ones column, and the 3 tens go to the tens column. So that's how you write 35. And multiply again. 7 times 2 is 14. Then we have to add the other 3 tens. So 14 plus 3 is 17. We put the 7 under the number and the 1 in the next column. So that makes 17. Then 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. And then you add the 100 that you already have. So 42 plus 1 is 43. Since we don't have any other numbers to multiply, you write the whole number there, 43. We're going to add these numbers at the end, so I'm going to put that addition sign there. Then, since we're going to be multiplying by tens, we've already finished multiplying by ones, so we're going to use a 0 there to show that we're actually multiplying 40 times 5. We'll just pretend it's 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So we put the 0 here for the 20 and the 2 up in the tens column again. Go to the next number. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus the 2 we already have is 10. We put another 0 and another 1. That makes 10. 1, 0 is 10. And then 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. We put the 5 there and the 2 in front of it, since we're out of numbers. And then add the 2 numbers together. Just like it says. You multiply each digit by every other digit, add at the end. Don't forget the zeros. That means don't forget this 0 to hold that place when you're multiplying by the second number. Add these up and we have our answer. 5, 7, 3, 9, 2. Put the comma in, 29,375. Okay? Now, on your quiz, you're only going to do one problem like this. So you'll need to just take your time, maybe do the problem and then double check your multiplication and addition, because sometimes it is easy to make a computation error, a simple error in adding or in multiplying. So you're only going to have one multiplication problem that you have to get right tomorrow on the quiz. Okay? Let's go on to division. In division, you're given 2 numbers. The first number or the top number, is always the dividend. That's the amount you're starting with. So that number always goes inside the house, or whatever you learned to call this. What did you learn to call this?
The box.
The box?
Yeah. The box.
The box.
We just call it the box.
The divisor is the second number.
The box. The box.
So inside the house, or inside the box, or whatever you want to call this. All right, this is just going to help us divide. The second number, if it was written 6,358 divided by 15 this way, that's the divisor. It can either be written underneath. It's just the second number. That's the number that tells us the size of the groups we're going to make. We're going to divide this number into groups of 15, and that always goes outside the box, or outside the house. Okay? Now, we're going to put 15 into these numbers. We can't put 15 into 6. You can't make a group of 15 out of 6. So that's a 0. 15 can go into 63. How many times? Well, use addition. 15 plus 15 is 30. Plus 15 is 45. Plus 15 is 60. So how many times? 4 times. It'll fit into this number, 63, 4 times. 4 times 15 is what, Andrew?
4 times 15 is...
Oh, you weren't paying attention, were you? Okay, listen, Andrew, we just gave you that answer. And we just counted up to that number. It's 60. So 63 minus 60. Now we're going to find the remainder that we couldn't make out of that 60. Remainder's 3. Bring down the next number. 35. 15 goes into 35 how many times? Well, again, count by 15s. 15, 30, 45, so it's 30, right? 2 15s. 15 times 2 is 30. Find the remainder. The remainder is 5. We have another number we can divide. 15 goes into 58. How many times? Well, again, count by 15s. 15, 30, 45, 60. So it doesn't go into 3 times, or 4 times. It goes in 3 times. So we'll put the 3 above the 8. 3 times 15 is 45. And we get a remainder, don't we? What's the remainder?
13.
Yep. 13. Where do you write the remainder? Bethany?
After 3.
Good. Put R, 3. Remainder 3.
13.
Oh, sorry, 13. Remainder 13. Yep, that's right. Now, you're only going to have one division problem tomorrow. So, when you're done, double check all of your math. Double check your multiplication, your subtraction, and your division. And circle your answer when you're done. So 423, remainder 13. Okay? Aiden. Yes, thank you. Yep. Your assignment is on page 16. Let's start with number 2. Number 2. 627 times 55. Let's review first. We're on page 16. Let's review estimation first. Front end estimation when you're multiplying. So, round these numbers. 627 round to what? What's the closest 100? Bethany. What is it closest to 600 or 700? Should we round it up to 700 or should we leave it at 600? 627. Oh, that's why you're confused.
Yes.
I copied the problem wrong. 672. So that should round to 700. You're right. That's closer to 700. And then 55. Since we'll follow the rounding rules, and if it's 5 or bigger, we're going to round up. This should round to what? 60. Yep. So our estimate is 6 times 7 is 42. And what do we do with all the zeros? Put them all in the answer. So our estimate is 42,000. Right? Remember doing this either the first day or the second day of school?
Yeah.
So this is something you'll have to do tomorrow for the quiz. Round the numbers to the first number and then estimate.
What about the real one?
Okay. Now we have to find the real answer. Yep.
Yay! Yay!
So multiply it out. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 7 is 35. Plus 1 is 36. Again, I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need that. And 5 times 6 is 30. Then, the next column. We're going to multiply by the 10, so we need to put a 0 there. 5. And again, since we're multiplying by the same digit, it's going to be the same digits down here. 3060.
I think you made a mistake because it's supposed to be 31.
Oh.
We had to carry a 1, I think.
Yeah, the 1, that's 36. Oh, you know what I forgot? Is putting the 3 up here. Yep. Good. So this is 30, but this should be 33, right? So the second number is 0, 0, 6, 3, 3. Okay. Then add the columns. 0, 6, 9, 6, 3. And put the comma in. $36,960. Okay. Now, sit down, Peter. Number 3 in your book. Follow along. Let's do a division estimation. How do you estimate division? Divided by 63. So, do we round these? Or do we use compatible numbers with division? Remember compatible numbers? Numbers that divide evenly?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we should use. We should use compatible numbers. So, we'll round this to 60, and then look at the dividend. What number would 60 go into, or what would 6 go into? Would it go into 61 or 62? Or could we just round it to the 6 and use 6,000? Yeah, let's just use 6,000. The 6 divided by 6 is 1. So that means 6 divided by 6 is 1. Now, how do we put the zeros in? We can cross off. Instead of putting them all in the answer like in multiplication, you should cross off. So cross off 1 from each number, and then put the remaining zeros in the answer. Okay? And this is what you'll have to do tomorrow when you're estimating division. Use compatible numbers. Use numbers that divide evenly. Now we have to go back and we have to set up the problem so we can find the actual answer. 6,114 is the dividend that goes inside the house, and 63 is the divisor that goes outside. 63 doesn't go into 61, but they're really close. So let's try 9 for the next digit. Since it's almost 1, it's a little less than 1. If this was 63, we can just put it in 1 time. But since it's less, we'll try 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Then 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 2 is 56. So for our remainder, we're going to subtract 611 minus 567. Now, we have to regroup. And this is 11 and 11. And 11 minus 7 is 4. 10 minus 6 is 4. 5 minus 5 is 0. So the remainder is 44. We have another number to divide. 63 into 444. Now, here's where estimation also can be really helpful. Let's suppose that we use 60 as an estimate and a number that's compatible with 444. So, for example, 6 goes into 42 7 times, and 42 is close to 44. So let's try 7. Okay, write that one down. Remember, this is part of your homework, so you might as well be copying it, because you have to have it copied and done by tomorrow. Okay. Now, 7 times 3 is 21, and 7 times, 21, here's a 2 again. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. So we got really close, and we're under, and the remainder is 3. So the answer is 97, remainder 3. Okay? Now, for tomorrow, I want you to do numbers 4 and 5. on page 16. So you have to do 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to check your homework tomorrow and make sure that you have 2, 3, 4, and 5 done. Okay? 2, 3, 4, and 5. Estimate and find the actual answer for each one.